You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hey, happy Monday. So we got, who we got now? We got CJ, Ken Bird, what's happening? Ron Shepard, Road Collecting, Stevie B. Oh, you can't say. Oh. That's all right. Cool Gamer, what's up, man? All right. And of course, we got Rockin' Robbie with the good hair.
You know it.
Did that nomination come through?
They announced the nominations like, I think next week or something like that. So fingers crossed.
Okay. Do we have any word?
No, I mean, nominations are still going active right now. So you can still go to cbcawards.org and nominate me for best hair and a bunch of other things.
Oh, wait. Hey, Jay, can we throw that up there? You know, we don't want Rob to get locked out of the Good Hair Award. That would be bad. That would be so bad.
This is the only thing I've really actively campaigned for in my life. And if I don't get at least the nomination, I will probably be devastated.
I'm going to get in the office tomorrow and I'm going to do that nomination thing. I tried that one time, right? And it took me to like 2 separate pages. And that's just way too many pages.
Everybody
that's way too hard. And then you told me I had to write it in. I'm just like, come on, dude. Now I gotta hit keys.
So write it?
I didn't even get to the site, please. Yeah, one more time on the site there, Robbie.
cbcawards.org.
All right. Okay. Remember, Rockin' Robbie for best follicles.
Yes, I would appreciate it because if I don't get the nomination, then I'll just be devastated.
If you don't get the nomination, you must shave your head.
I'm going to shave my head, go back to the hat all the time.
Yeah, that's totally not going to happen. Okay. But he would like a nice little crystal award that he can put up on his little mantle back there. Doesn't matter. It says best hair. Okay. I hope I don't type in the wrong thing like best nose hair or something. But anyway.
No, it would be nice to have it right there next to my best comic book review.
I got to tell you, I would want you to win because the material that it could give me could last a year. I mean, come on, dude, think about it. We could have a special Friday show talking about your hair.
Yep. I've always wanted to have award-winning hair. So, yeah.
Well, this Mill Skills, what's up, man? This would certainly quantify, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. So
it would bring general acknowledgement to all the hair care products you've been using.
So much validation you would have.
I can see why you are in such desperate need, my friend.
Your comic book journey would be complete.
Then I'd be like, okay, I've reached the end now. This is everything I need. The YouTube channel's done.
You need a new Monday host if Robbie wins this award.
Well, Robbie, I think just going forward into the next season, I would say that you want to get rid of the headphones, right? And get the earbuds because you can't really appreciate the true how shall we put it? The true follicle,
the aura,
superior follicle, whatever you want to call it.
The opulence of it, right?
Opulence. Good word. That's a good one. I like that. You've already started working on your acceptance speech.
Yes, I have. I will say this though. I don't plan on leaving the EXP or this show if I win best hair. I'm not going to do that, but my appearance fee will go up significantly.
And you will demand the makeup artist before every show. All right. So tonight, Alex can only be in here a little while. So we're going to start off with the Batman keys that he has listed here. So go ahead, Alex. Do your thing. Starting at 335, right?
With the amazingly successful Spider-Man week we had, I figured what next besides Spider-Man from the DC side, start off with Batman. Start strong with Batman. So we're going to do Batman today. No detectives at the moment. We do have detectives from this time period. We're going to start with Batman. So let's just start easy with number 3.
I'm sorry. What are we doing, Alex?
Man Bat. So
again, character.
These are all high-grade copies of Batman issues, all under market because we want to pass on the value to you guys.
High grade as in, what do you think?
So these are a little bit less than the Spider-Man. So I'm going to say these are probably 8 5s to 9 2s.
All right, so 8 5s to 9 2s. All right, got it.
So first things first, we are buying collections, guys. So if you have any interest in selling any books, big or small, reach out to us. These books came from one of our customers, and we're able to pass on the deals to you guys. So let's start with Batman 335. If you guys see anything you like, just type claim and the issue number so we know which ones you want. And then please make sure you fill out the form. The form is important. You fill out the form so we have all your information. Make it easier for both of us. So tonight, Batman 335 high grade newsstand Ra's al Ghul Jim Aparo art. This is $8. Again, these books you'll see $10 to $15 at a minimum in these conditions, and we just want to pass on the savings to you guys. So Batman 335 newsstand Jim Aparo, $8.
Travis with the Dirty Dancing reference.
Happy birthday, Bueller, by the way. Belated birthday.
Oh,
is
it his birthday today?
His birthday was yesterday, so I love you,
Really?
Bueller.
Happy birthday, Travis. What are you? You don't look a day over 68, 67 maybe even on a good day.
That's cold, Rex.
I'm going to pay
It's
for
cold.
that.
Why you got to do this to the man right after his birthday? Come on. You know he's like worried about it right now, going through an existential crisis. Come on.
Wow. I knew. What do you got? Thesaurus next to you today? What with the big words?
His words.
Oh,
That's
my
a big
God.
word. Okay.
Robbie, you're very eloquent. Today, Batman number 339. Poison Ivy is back. Plus, Robin looks back on yesterday's heroes. $10 for this newsstand 339. Batman battles the mole. Roy Thomas and Gene Colan. This is $340. High grade, and it's only $5. Again, guys, I'm trying to pass on the savings to the community because we love you guys so much. So $5, high grade Batman issues
Versus the mole, huh? I wonder
the
why.
mole.
I wonder why that villain never caught on.
You know, he's got a great hand. Joe Kuber cover with Monster My Sweet. Batman 344. Whose arms are those? Read to find out.
They're the moles.
Travis, are you saying that I'm too young or too old with the diaper comment? Just asking. Hit a nerve with Travis, I think.
Gene Colan and Dick Giordano is the diabolical Dr. Death. Great Dr. Death cover. This is a newsstand of $345. Dr. Death, Batman and Robin.
Gene Colan Batman cover. That's awesome.
For $10. And here's one with Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. Bloodsport, and this one is only $5. A great Batman cover with a ton of bats on there. Again, these books are usually $10 to $15 in grade. We have them today. Super discounted for you guys. $5 for this one. I love this one. This is a great one. The Bat and the Cat. Number 355. Hannigan and Giordano. Newsstand copy. Great Bat and Cat. Good cover. And again, these go for $15 to $20 if they're priced at $10. Condition is great on these. And here's our first major key. This is Batman number 359. This is the first Killer Croc cover. And it's a newsstand. And it's high grade. And it's only $30. Last sales are around $40 to $42. And I wanted to give it 25% off. $30 tonight. First Killer Croc cover.
It's always crazy to see the Batman villains that are newer than sometimes you think, you know, like Killer Croc or even Bane or something like that. You know, it's so crazy because Batman has villains that are so successful from all the different decades.
So many. I mean, he's got such a huge gallery of villains that, you know, he's one of the characters where there were never stopping new villains. I mean, even look at, you know, past few years. Punchline is a new villain, you know. Who thought there would be a Harley Quinn replacement? but Harley Quinn is so, her story is diverged and she's her own person now. So, expanding the Batman universe, you need more Batman villains, but they're actually good characters.
Yeah. Joker, Two-Face, Penguin, the Mole.
The Mole. Well, speaking of first appearance of Batman villains, here is Nocturna. The first Nocturna, $7 for Batman 363, high grade. And awesome covers. I love the background here with Batman 364. Who is he? What is he? Chimera. $7, high grade book. Batman is here.
Back from watching Barbie for the 40th time, I'm sure.
I've not seen Barbie 40 times.
Only 38.
You should be glad I'm not here. Everybody's getting all these great deals on books. He gives Nick stuff away way better than I do.
Hey, Jay, do we have that photo of that I sent you last Friday? Was it Friday?
Whoa, Bueller's here. Jen's
Was that the one that JD showed the other day?
Maybe the one of Duffy's.
Duffy's?
Yes.
I have to download it real quick, but I can get it.
Take your time, my friend.
Take your time.
While he's finding that, we've got Batman 365. This is Jungle Jeopardy. I mean, this cover has a leopard on it, and it's only $5. Come on, leopard fans. $5. Batman.
We're gonna have to do this later, by the way.
You don't still have the mold, do you? That book must have sold.
I do have the
No,
mold.
I
I know you did. I was listening to you on the way in.
I had surgically removed. Why?
But
All right. This one's one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite artists. Yes, it's a Walt Simonson cover.
Joker's wild.
This is a classic issue. And Rex, what does it say there for the notes?
First Jason Todd 366, right?
Yes.
Okay. First Jason Todd and Robin costume.
Yeah, so this is the first time Jason Todd puts on the Robin outfit. So it is a key. It is $25. It is high grade, but these go for $35 to $40 in near mint condition. So
Lyle, we were able to see your pictures. I forwarded them to Nick, so as soon as he can take a look at it, if
We have a
anybody can
picture of
identify
what
it,
Lyle's
it's Nick.
yard looks like right here.
Wait, what's that?
This is a picture of what Lyle's yard looks like right up here.
Wow, good work, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you.
Way to make use of the props that are available. I like it.
the single thing you can touch right there. This is Batman 367. This is a newsstand copy of a classic Poison Ivy issue. Why? Because she's wearing a very skimpy bikini in this issue. Batman 367 newsstand Ivy Keeney.
Ivy Keeney, I like it.
This is one of my favorite Robin covers of all time. This is Batman 368. This is the first time Jason Todd officially becomes Robin with 368. What a great cover. I love this. This book is really hard to get in 9.8. And it's not a 9.8, but it's definitely at least a 9.2, this copy.
Oh, Lyle, I'm not that.
Hannigan, Dick Giordano. Batman 368.
Preston, you have not missed it yet. We are going over the Batman back issues right now to start.
You know, we had a lot of.
So you're good, buddy.
We have had a lot of requests for Batman over the weekend, but the books are still here. So if you guys are looking for other Batman issues, let me know. If
It's the Alex Avalanche of saving.
I'm looking for, if I'm showing you the wrong Batman.
All right,
issues, let me
Mill
know.
Skills 368. You got it, buddy.
All right, Jamel, awesome. 368. Great issue with Robin. And I'll put back on there 369, which is a great Deadshot cover. Look at that Deadshot cover. A newsstand copy, too. And this is 84, so newsstands were getting, bit harder to find at this time period. But Deadshot is back. Great Deadshot cover. And again, $6. These books are $10 each in market value, at least in this condition. And I just want to pass on the savings to the community. This cover gives me really big Star Wars and New Hope trash compactor vibes. You've got Batman and Robin in some alleyway, but it's $370. It's high grade, and it's only $5. Put Batman there. Scarecrow fans, I know you've been waiting for this one. This is $373, which is a classic Scarecrow cover Where Stalks the Scarecrow. We have this one only for $10 tonight. Great Scarecrow cover. Batman on a tomb with Scarecrow. Na 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 meow. It's Catman. The Catman. Not Batman. Catman. Here's his face. $8 for his face. The rest costs more, but you can have his face for $8. High grade 371. No, it's not Black Noir from Dynamite, but it is a Batman villain that I don't know the name of. But this is Batman 380. This is Dick Giordano and Hoberg. $5. Again, high grade Batman, mid 80s, $5 copy. There he is in the background again, but this is Tom Mandrake cover. Tom Mandrake is awesome, and this is a Tom Mandrake cover with, I believe that's Vicky Vale in the background and Catwoman from this time period. Tom Mandrake, $3.89, $5. And One Shirley Shall Die, follow up $3.90 for $8. Great cover. One Shirley Shall Die. Again, Tom Mandrake, both those in the series. If there's any Batman numbers you guys are looking for, let me know. I mean, we're in the 390s. We do go up to about 400s. So we've had a lot of requests for Batman issues, but if there's any issues you guys are specifically looking for Batman, let me know. Again, these are Batman, not Detective. We do have Detective from this time period, but that will be another show. We got the Batman first. So
Jay, are we going to the new break schedule tonight, or I forgot to text you?
I think there's some graphics and things that have to be made first before we
gotcha.
start.
Okay, no, I just need to know for tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
Real quick, while I got you,
yeah.
Do you remember what folder you put that picture in?
I have no idea, dude.
Okay, because I know I've seen it.
I put it up in Slack. I don't know. It might have been Wednesday. I don't remember, dude.
Okay, I'll keep checking.
It's not that important. I just wanted to bust on John that the place clearly advertises what they serve, and John not only went there once, he went there twice, as if he didn't believe their sign.
I think the second time we went, it was like a thing. People were like, meet us there, and we met or whatever. The first time I wandered in on my own, it was like, my spider sense was immediately going off that this was terrible. And
I'm standing out there going, oh my God, it's the anti-John place.
The second time we went, people were like, hey, meet us here and we'll go somewhere else.
And they're honest about it. Hot beer, lousy food.
Yeah, warm beer, lousy food, terrible service.
No, it's hot beer.
Is it hot beer?
It's hot beer.
It's like a murder happens in the alley every month behind that place. I don't know.
There's no alley. It's like sandwiched.
Or what? Well,
that's where the meat comes from.
There's a crossroad.
I didn't realize there was a downtown Myrtle Beach either.
Yeah, I don't know. Downtown is sort of a.
That's what the Uber driver called it. He said, "Oh, you mean downtown?" I'm like, "I guess."
Sure.
Okay. There it is.
There it is.
Hot beer, lousy food, and bad service. It's Duffy's.
Ironically, a place right around the corner from there, not that far, is probably one of my favorite places to hang out. You were there with, I guess, your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason I know that place.
Oh,
because I went. I didn't have the fried bologna, but we had po' boys.
Oh yeah.
And it was great. The beer was cold and everything. And I walked out to have a smoke. And I'm looking at this place going, no way.
No way.
I got to take a picture and send it to John.
This place is well known because, like, the tour bus of the band Alabama broke down in front of there like 100 years ago. And while they had to wait for the bus to be fixed, they played a show. So now this place is, like, on a map. And I'm like, I sure hope you didn't feed the band this food because,
Alabama. I know them. I've seen them several times. Believe it or not, they're actually popular around here in my area.
Well, that's what
Can't
I'm saying.
imagine
It was
why.
like that's their sole claim to fame is like the bus breaks down, and I guess they get off the tour bus, and that's the first place they saw to get a beer. And I'm thinking to myself, I really hope like that was the height of your service, and now it's bad. I hope these guys didn't break down on a tour bus and you served them this terrible.
Well, what if the tagline is a quote from one of the band members after they ate there?
I would say
like,
that's
what did you
accurate
think?
Food criticism.
They're like, what did you think? I think it was hot beer, lousy
hot
service, bad food.
Mill skills. We do not have 357 on the list. I don't know, Alex. Do we have 357?
There was no Jason Todd first appearance /
Sorry, man.
This collection. That was a big one. We do not. We do
Well,
have
then don't buy it.
We do have
Buy
the
this
first
collection.
Killer Croc cover, but not the first Jason Todd appearance.
There you go. Sorry about that, bud.
Cover would be cool. Do you do that? Let's see that. See, that's nice. I like Killer
And as
Croc.
a newsstand, that's a great
That's
cover.
nice.
I love that cover. We're on almost at 400, so let's get to 400 with 391. Death comes as the end. The third Tom Mandrake cover in that run, and it's only $7.
He's giving your books away for like $6, $7.
You should have seen yesterday when we did the amazing 365s.
Oh my god!
James at Minhunter bought all the copies we have left. Did you find the 357?
No, there wasn't one of the questions. That's the Jason Todd Killer Croc.
Get the 359. It's awesome.
That's what I said, Jamil. You should buy that one.
Well, he bought the 368.
You did. Drew Gulacy, nice black
Tom
cover.
Mandrake cover up there.
393. Oh, those all three of Tom Mandrake are gonna run. $5. High grade. Doug Mensch, Paul Gulacy. 393. This is Drew. I said Paul. We're almost at 400. This is Doug Mensch again. Paul Gulacy. 394 for $8. Yes, there's nothing major with these keys. Yes, they're filler issues, but they are extremely high grade. And
Yeah, but what happens to these
They're
filler
bad.
issues is people wait to get them later, right? And then they realize, oh, you know what? I don't have this.
And then they look for a specific issue, and then it's not in the run. They find it. The dealers bring the keys.
Yep.
You know, I mean, the mid '80s books, dealers aren't really carrying around because they're just fillers.
They have
a lot of them.
it's limited space too. I mean, with rents being what they are now.
We've got Two-Face, and this is a Tom Mandrake cover. Two-Face, Catwoman, $3.98, $5. Nice Two-Face cover. The last two before 400. Tom Mandrake, headless, decapitation cover, $5. They don't do these anymore. They didn't do these a lot in the 80s either. Tom Mandrake, decapitation cover, $5.
That's got to be an homage to that. What was it? It was one of those EC comics. I don't remember which
Shocking.
one, but it's got to be.
That's
an
what I was thinking of, right? It's
Shock Suspense Stories, I believe it's
Shock-
33. But yes. And then the last number we have today, or at least right now for me, is we have Bill Sienkiewicz's classic Batman 400 cover. These are oversized issues, big anniversary issues. These are beautifully near mint. These, I will say, are 9.4, 9.6 range, 9.6 plus. No spine ticks on these. Oversized. And I say they're beautiful. I mean it. They're beautiful. $10 each on this classic issue, which goes for $20 normally. Don't believe me? Check eBay sold. You'll see I'm telling the truth. We have it today. $10 each for these copies.
If you consider yourself a Batman fan or a fan of comic art in general, this is an issue you need to have. Look at the list of all those people that are part of this book. It is insane, the talent on this book. Same thing with I think it was Superman 400 too. Just a fantastic Murderer's Row. This is like the Yankees in the 50s and the 60s right here, man.
Yeah.
And this is time period where there was a ton of content like in the book itself. Not like action where like no dialogue balloons or exposition like good stuff. And again, yes, look at all those names, including Perez, Bill Sienkiewicz, John Byrne, Stephen King, and more. So, issue 400.
Stephen King.
And with that, that's where I'm going to stop with my Batman books right now.
What? Go find more stuff, they said.
Oh, there's a lot more stuff. But for now, I'm just going to keep it up to Batman to 400. So if anybody wants to see any of the issues up to 400, let me know. But we do have more 400 after that. We would do it at a later time.
Give them your email so like they can shoot you an email if
Oh.
they're looking for something.
And if there's anything you're looking for, it's alex.domsky@dynamite.com. That's DOMSKY. You can email me if you're looking for any specific book or any collection, anything you want to sell. Let me know. I have the list. The list is growing with our inventory every single day. So if you hit the thumbs up, Do it now, please.
So the best way is actually to hit the submission form. And if you're watching this on Rewind and you're looking to see if something is still available, hit that submission form, which Jay will throw up. And at some point, Jay, if we get it pinned to the top of the chat, that would be awesome. But you hit that submission form. Just go ahead and fill out all your info and including your email. And if there is a specific book that you are looking for, make the request in there. And if we have it and still have it, we'll get back
hit
to
up
you.
Alex, man, if you're looking for something. I've seen what his office looks like. He's got a ton of stuff.
And if you're looking for great comic art in the interior of a Batman book, ask him if he's got something around the 340s, some Trevor Von Eden stuff. Some really great stuff.
But definitely hit the submission form. It centralizes the information so we don't have emails flying all over the place. All right.
We have a young man from the interns.
I'm here to interrupt this show with
Sure.
a complete non sequitur.
And let me
John,
introduce Mariano Nicieza, longtime editor, artist, writer, and
there I am.
who will be competing with Robbie for the nomination of Best Hair.
So,
I just saw her yesterday, actually.
so we want to share something new.
Okay. That's
Something
not your hair?
Hot off the press.
That
Nothing
does
to
not,
do with my
okay,
hair.
does not involve his hair. You're okay
Red
for right now, Robbie.
Red
Take a
Sonja's
breath,
50th
bud.
anniversary, and we're producing a special collectible trading card set, Red Sonja 50th anniversary
Oh, a piece of scale
deluxe.
now?
Now, I'm sharing with John, and John, please share it with everyone. This is a special surprise that has not been advertised.
John can't be
on the
reading
set.
print that small, man. There
This
ain't
is
no
nice.
way.
No, you know what? I'm just going to throw this
It's
up.
a fabric card. It's cloth from her costume.
We've had these before. We
These
had
are
one for
Rachel Holland,
Kick-Ass.
cosplayer, unique, extraordinaire.
Let me throw this up here so people can see it.
So this is a
Sort of good.
bounce back card. Those are going to be inserted randomly into these packs. And there's going to be 50 of them for the 50th anniversary. So the only way to get these cloth cards
49,
is
I'll need one. That's great, Sean.
the only way. I knew that was coming. I should have been prepared
There
for
were
it.
49.
I should have been prepared
Yes,
for the John
49.
collectible angle. 49. So they're going to be inserted into the packs, and you essentially mail them back, mail this card back, and you're going to get the cloth card, which is like, 10 times.
Lawrence,
the
man,
thickness of
best
a
way
real
to get this promoted, tell John it's a secret.
Yeah, right? Don't talk about this at all.
All right, that was it. Carry on. Just wanted to let you know this. I got
While
very
you're
excited.
here, why don't
Very
you sit
excited.
down and draw stuff?
Yeah, it's a great idea. Why don't I do that? Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You want to leave
Hey.
this here? We'll show it
Yeah,
later.
And we like the good hair, Mariano.
Thank you very much.
He does.
We
He's
still
got the
love your
best-
hair, Robbie,
He's
but
got
I'm
the
telling
best
you,
head of hair in the office.
he's
man.
he's significantly older than you. So, the fact that he still got it on top of his head in and of itself is a miracle. I'm just saying.
I got you. I understand.
Well, we heard he was the much, much, much younger brother to Fabian. Much was emphasized.
All right. So we're going to be back in a second. We're going to go to our first break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code. Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite new show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
All right. Is it working? Is it working? Blink twice, Robbie. Sign of life. All right. The new laptop should be hooked up hopefully middle of this week, beginning of next week. And if the problems still continue, it's clear that Comcast hates me and me alone. And they're singling me out. And I'm prepared for battle.
There wasn't a single glitch while you were gone.
See?
It was lightning fast streaming speeds, like 30G.
They hate me. They absolutely hate me. Oh, and I want to take this time to interject. I really need a John Cole very, very soon. Okay.
Bakery's even. I don't know if the bakery's open this week. They're getting ready to close for summer.
What?
I'll have to try to.
Who does that?
It's like a family-owned place.
What are they like a school summer vacation? What the hell?
Yeah, they closed for August and they had a house, and I think
I need my John Cole, man. This is unacceptable. I'm writing a letter to the local chamber of commerce.
She sent me a letter. They sold their 100th John Cole Saturday for June.
Were they counting mine?
No,
then it's 102.
Those are comps.
Did you get something for it? Did you get like a bronze sandwich or something like that?
No, I'm an adult.
Robbie's really obsessed with trophies right now. So my God. I like what he got better than what you're gonna get. Yeah, but you can't hold that up like when we're streaming.
No, I don't need to hold it up. I just need to take a picture of it, send it to the bank, and they're like, "You need to destroy that check, kid. We're all good."
Too funny. All right, so I know I saw Ron in here. Jay. So Ron Shepard took a Mandalorian signed book from us. And then a photo.
That was awesome.
So if you got a sec, Jay, if you can find that, if you can throw that up so everybody can take a look.
Ron really does have the coolest stuff.
He really does. Tom Bishop, what's up, man? So this is what Ron sent us. He goes all out, man. He gets his stuff in, and yeah, you can say that is a great display for anyone's man cave. I love that, man.
Yeah,
that is pretty cool.
They cannot put that actor in enough stuff for me. They really can't. If he's in Marvel, Star Wars, like everything, I'm happy to see him in.
Yeah, is his name Giancarlo
Esposito
or something like that? Yeah, he's on The Boys.
Hey, they had a thing where there was a picture of him and Bryan Cranston together, and and everybody pointed out that they would be perfect as Professor X and Magneto.
Right.
I'd see that movie right now. So, I have a $100 bill in the console of my car that I will give the movie theater to see an X-Men movie where Giancarlo Esposito is Professor X. And,
I say bring back Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy because I think they're age appropriate now. So.
Oh, you know what? I know some people had problems with some. I had no problems with that at all. I like those actors. They've been in a bunch of stuff that I've seen.
It wasn't the actors or the cast. It was just, I don't know what it was.
You know what? Everything.
Some of those movies are good, y'all. Like Days of Future Past and First Class are awesome. Those two movies are great.
Fox movies are not as bad as people are saying. They weren't as good as people said they were when they first came out, but they sure as heck were not as bad as they were now. Everyone's kind of doing a little revisionist history of, oh, Fox was a disaster. No, some of those movies were really good. Yeah, Age of Apocalypse in and of himself is a terrible villain that they will not just let fade into obscurity.
Right.
I mean, he's Frankenberry with like a bad attitude.
Frankenberry.
And somehow we're supposed to think like he's scary and he has every power and weird robot. Stop, please. I don't care who came up with it, is a bad idea. And sometimes it's okay to say to legendary creators, this is terrible. We're not doing it anymore. Stop.
Frankenberry.
I don't know who created Apocalypse. Maybe somebody wants to, somebody wants to look it up or whatever, but just awful. Just awful. I don't care if Stan Lee came up with it. I'd say right now, well, it was an off day for Stan.
Apocalypse. Who came up with who? Apocalypse? Who came up with Apocalypse?
Yeah.
That's Wheezy, right? Wasn't it?
I want to say yes, but I really, really like her as a creator, so I don't want to lay that at her door.
You don't like the character of Apocalypse?
I don't. I thought it was.
He's one of my favorite characters at the X-Men at Marvel. I love him. Yeah, it's Wheezy and Walt. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, and you know what? I have so much respect for them as creators, but I can't. Give me more Mojo.
See, that's our problem. That's our problem right there. You like Mojo over Apocalypse? Get out of here, John. Come on.
Well, somebody even said, of course you like Mojo. It's a fat dude watching TV all day. That's practically you as a supervillain. I'm like, yeah, maybe so.
Oh, my God. All right. So, Ron, because we just showed your great piece, let's do sketch covers next.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have stuff around.
We do. So, another great piece by our buddy Paul Maitland, Star Trek Green Lantern, The Spectrum War with Green Lantern cover sketch by Paul Maitland. Suggested retail of $149.99. We got this one for $89.
I'm trying to look and see if that's supposed to be like Chris Pine, Captain Kirk.
I don't know. I think he didn't want it to make it look too much like what's his face? Deadpool.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. So he kind of went, but the realism, the lifelike realism of stuff.
We've all talked about it on this show. I'm a huge fan of like this realistic or pseudo-realistic style.
And green.
And the
color green.
This is crazy. Again, this was something some people didn't like. They didn't like Star Trek, Green Lantern, Planet of the Apes, all these things crossing over. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago they were doing this. This stuff was great.
Yeah, I guess I can sort of see what you're saying, a kind of a Chris Pine look. I think he kind of incorporated. Because let's call it what it is. Chris Pine's head is huge.
That's.
Yeah, come on. Definitely a C-section baby. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness, I like the underlighting on this. That's very cool.
Yeah, I like this a lot. How much is this going to cost, Ron?
$89.99. Suggested retail of $149.99.
Oh, wow.
So I know Ron's been a big fan of Paul Maitland's work. All right, next up, we got New Avengers #1, signed with cover sketch of Black Suit Spidey by Lance Footer and Mariano Cieza. Suggested retail of $119.99. We have this one for $62.19 for $19.62.
I really like the fact that the background colors here are the old red and blue Spider-Man costume,
right?
But he's wearing the black Spider-Man costume. That's some nice choices there. I like that.
All right. So then, finally, last one of the night. This is from the Vault from Ken Haeser. I believe he did this in 2011. FF #1, signed with cover sketch of Future Foundation Spidey by Ken Haeser. Suggested retail of $99.99, and we have it for $61.19.
This Spidey version has its fans because when you look at some of the Spider-Verse that they're doing, some of the more recent stuff, you always see them tucked in there. There's two that always wind up getting tucked in there. One is this one, and one is Spider-Man with a jetpack. And they never say anything about Spider-Man with a jetpack, but I've seen him 3 times.
Right.
And I'm wondering if that's supposed to be Spider Jameson from the Volume What If thing. Like, he couldn't fly, right? So, but he had the helmet, so they gave him a jetpack. And I'm like, man, that's like such an obscure callback. I don't know if it's just like in general, hey, let's put a jetpack on Spider-Man. Ron wants this.
Ron, are you talking about this one? We're looking at the Future Foundation Spidey, correct? Just want to make sure, Ron.
I love Ken's shading on the mask there. It looks really sharp. This is also a fantastic run of, no pun intended, of Fantastic Four Future Foundation.
I was going to say, it's nicely done, sir.
All right. So, Ron, I'm pretty sure it's a Haeser one, right? Just want to clarify, though. All right. So, let us know, Ron. All right. So, then, let's see. We got, you know what? Let's do... as always, Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, so $40 retail. And as always, as a thank you to our community, we have it for $5.50 a copy. Diggs, what's going on, man?
With her 50th anniversary coming up, if you can, let's try to make a note to throw some Red Sonja in every pack, just to make sure.
Okay, boss.
Don't look at me. I'm not the guy that prints these books, but I should be. Hey, lottery drawing tomorrow.
What's that?
Lottery drawing tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
The walls might be getting painted green in here. I think it's like $1 billion or something like that.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah. It's getting ridiculous. I guess it seems to me these jackpots are going up faster and
well,
higher.
Everybody's in on it. It's like when people wonder how the stock market became so, like a wild tort to see, right? Because we had a small number of people in it. And so it was kind of a relatively calm water. Then everybody jumped in the pool, and you're going to get bigger splashes and up and down, and some people are going to get kicked out of the pool, and some people are going to get soaked, and that's just how it is.
I don't know, but
I think that's
exactly I think about buying a ticket, but then they tell you that the odds of you got it, Ron. Then they tell you that the odds of winning is like getting hit by lightning like 10 times in a row.
See, this is what I'll do though. If I'm somewhere and I see a lottery ticket being sold, I'll buy one. But I'm not going to be one of these people that gets up at 5 in the morning, zips out to a place, waits in line with 100 other people in the morning. That's,
So, Ron, on your 2 reader sets, let me know, because I know you give them away. So let me know if they need to be kid-oriented or it can be more adult content. Let us know in the submission form, all right, buddy? So, we can pick kind of the right random 10 for you. All right. So then, all right, let's get through the...
Third Rail had a question. Is there a Old Man Logan? Although I think it would have been funnier if they had just called him Grandpa Logan in the book. But is that an Old Man Logan thing?
I don't know. John, how many comics do you have in your PC? Your personal collection?
Oh,
that's a good question, Lyle. I don't even know.
I thought he was talking about my car, and I'm like, wow, way to put me on the spot, dude.
How many comics are in your car?
Well,
why would they need to be in your car? You shouldn't be reading and driving at the same time.
Well, I stop at places, I pick up books, they go to my car.
You also shouldn't keep comics in your car, John. I'm just going to let you know. I don't know if you knew that or not, but if you want them to look nice, you should do that.
No, the only time that comics are in my car is when they're transported from here, either to my house or to my storage area in PA.
So much for that. I just drive around, pick comics up. So we now know the truth. You mean when you drive here?
You don't know. I'm trying to think. It's funny. I know everyone always puts like a number figure on mine. And I really can't. I've got about...
You've got to have some idea.
I've got 19 years of Dynamite. I've got about 19. I'm trying to think of when I stopped collecting Marvel and DC, transitioned more to like Valiant and Image. I'm going to guess between 5,000 and 6,000. I haven't counted recently. So I know people love to split on the internet. I have 280,000 comics. Okay, man.
Got it, Ron. You got it, buddy.
I'm going to guess I probably have somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000. I've got I know. I just counted at 33 long boxes, and I got into this thing after a while where I really like short boxes. So I've got
They're easy to lift.
They're real easy to lift, especially that I mold. I remember at 33 long boxes, I've probably got close to 100 short boxes.
Wow, that's a lot. Right?
Because I just really kind of, I got into this thing after a while where I picked them up. They weren't that sturdy. For a while, I was driving a truck that had no extra cab in the back. So there was literally no way for me to, either they went to bed, the bed cover, and I'm not doing that with comics, or they had to sit up in the cab with me, right? And there's no good way to fit a long box in a pickup truck. So
third rail, a Yankee bat never helps anybody.
Whatever. Whatever. Judge is back, baby. We'll see what happens. I think we're going to make a run at it now.
Yeah.
If in case anybody wanted to know,
the Red Sea for what you guys are hoping.
I just did a visual count and a mental check, and I think I got like 48 short boxes. That's what I have.
So I got to ask, are you guys ready to get rid of Brian Cashman yet, or what?
Oh no.
I'm not one of those guys. Honestly, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, we need to get rid of this. Like, I'm not even trying to get rid of Boone. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to Yankees, I just have faith in the Yankees no matter what. But we need to get rid of Mike McCarthy in Dallas. That's what we need. So,
well, that goes without saying. And you know how to do that. You got to get Jerry Jones out of the mix.
Lars, man, that's my last great comics project, probably. And this is something I realize serious collectors look at me like, oh. I still have like notebook record keeping. I don't have anything barcoded, stickered, printed. People will very much stumble into my storage area and think I stopped collecting like in the 80s. Like, like there's not even a dot matrix printout anymore of my
dot
books.
matrix. Oh my God.
Literally, it was a time where I would just write down stuff that I had. Then years passed. I remember my wife looking at me, and it's like a banker's box, not a comic box. And she's like, "Are there comics in here?" And I'm like, "They're books about comic books." And she didn't understand what they were. And it was literally just dozens and dozens of those composition notebooks filled with everything I had and wanted. And stuff was scratched out. It looks like a serial killer notebook.
Exactly. And all of us have one of those, right, John? We all have that serial killer notebook that's just like, it looks like weird sigils and symbols.
Your own little, and my big thing was always different color inks. For comics, I'd always have like that pen that was red, blue, green, black. So like different things were different. You know what I mean? Like green were money books.
I should make my my next comic notebook want list look like the Necronomicon from Army of Darkness. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, I'll say it on the show. I told everybody. None of my nephews, nieces, or godchildren are into comic book collecting. They like reading them. They all like them digitally. I actually left instructions. When I die, my comic books come here.
It looks like
Lars
Man has a system down here. So it's a wish list to automatically identify participating LCS jobs. That it looks like he's got a good system.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to the community when I start this project because I'm looking at Lars Man. Literally, like I said, I have nothing. I have weird stickers on books. Like you're like, oh, you'll look and you'll be like, oh, these are his Superman comics, and it's literally because I went to the store and like you got the little Superman S stickers that they give in like grammar school to people, and this, that, all the kind of weird stuff. And, people look at it and they're like, it's like a child's collection. And I'm like, the only part of my collection that's really well organized are my magazines. Warren, the Curtis stuff, those things. And those are probably the things I have in the best condition. There are issues of Eerie and Creepy I paid like an embarrassing amount of money for just because they were in really good shape.
Oh, wow.
Can I make a request to be put? Like, I know that you said that if something happens to you, unfortunately, that you would send those comics to your those kids or whatever, right? Can I get your Eries and Creepies, please?
If I get a bad medical report, the episode will be you guys start putting in what you want.
Yeah, I want all your Vampirella stuff. That's just me, but I'm just kidding. We're not divvying up your collection yet, John.
Honest with you, there is a significant amount of Vampirella stuff. There really is. From
do you have a Vampirella #1?
Harris, I do. And I paid, to this day, I haven't mentioned how much I paid for it because it was.
You said you had the Harris #1. Do you have the Warren #1?
Yeah.
Whoa. Can you bring that one day just so we can see it?
If I go out to PA, I will because that's where I have a friend of mine owns part of the storage bin, and
Yeah.
part of it is fenced off where my books are. That was one of the few times in my life my wife looked at me and she was just like, she's like, I don't even know who you are. She's like, we need 8 days a week for you to work to make this much money. So I said this before. Guys always have trouble with wives and comic book collections, and it came to my mind that his wife probably doesn't want to get pushed out in the cold. I wouldn't blame her either. I wouldn't say a word. I've seen those Arctic movies. It always seemed to me if you paid your bills and made plenty of money, well, you could just always make more, and nobody would mind you buying stuff. And for a long time, my wife didn't mind. And then people were like, "Dude, I can't believe you got Vampirella #1," and blah blah. And my wife's eyes were she was thinking $60, $80 for a comic book. And I'm thinking $60, $80 is what I spent for lunch between sessions of the comic book collection. Like her understanding of the world of comics, especially if I'm going to like New York or Chicago or San Diego.
All right. So before we got to go to the next break, let me finish out the signed books. All right. So we got New X-Men Academy #1 signed by Randy Green. And we have not seen a Randy Green autograph, so this came from the deep in the warehouse find in one of the long boxes in one of our other buildings.
This is the first time we've had this, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have it for $19.63, and we've got one available.
It's really cool. One of my favorite bands is actually Eve 6, and their second album, Horoscope, it has the cover is done by Randy Green. Just a nice little fun bit of information.
Very cool.
All right.
We talked about that on the show before, too. There is a large number of musicians, modern musicians in particular, that are comic book fans. It seems like everybody sort of speaks the same adjacent languages, right? Music, comics. I find a ton of these people are, especially now, the last 20 years, they're into pro wrestling and they're writing music for the entrance music. Like you hear that. So there's sort of a lot there of all. Oh, you have an amazing comic for us, sir?
Maybe. I have something else.
Oh.
2 giveaways. Now, did we thank everybody for helping us to get to over 2,000 subscribers?
We have not talked about that yet.
So
we have over 2,000 subscribers. So starting Sunday, we're giving away 20 slabs next week. Help us get even higher, because wait till you see what we do for
OUG. What's up?
Hey, OUG.
I don't know, 2,100, 2,200.
Oh, I love these things. We talked about one for
Jay Lee Witchblade card from like 2000. We'll do this as a giveaway, and Kick-Ass Rare Cloth card as a giveaway. So 2 giveaways tonight. John can hold them. And guys, buy some more Batman. Buy some. What did Ronald buy? The Green Lantern?
No, Ronald bought the
Foundation Spider-Man.
Yes, correct.
All right, let's take this off. Is there anything else that can go on?
This is before Jim Lee ascended to the top.
Thanks,
of Mount Olympus.
officially unofficial geek.
Huh? Thanks, OUG.
This is before Jim Lee ascended Mount Olympus.
Jay Lee.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I was like, what?
So.
Oh, I love these.
Ooh, I should buy this.
I should buy this. I don't know how to tell him these books are his.
No, they're not.
Oh, my bad. These are all from the.
Yes.
Okay.
And even if they weren't, they're the company's, not mine.
All right. So next up, we got Spider-Girl #1, signed by Paul Tobin. We haven't had one of his in a while, I don't think.
Oh, wow.
And we have this one for $19.62.
It's a really nice cover. I like that. I like that perspective on that city.
Easy go lucky. What's up, man? All right. So then we have her.
Those are great. Those perspective shots.
Oh, large man, you got it, buddy.
That's going to be the craziest backbuster when she hits that pool, though, right, guys?
All right. Next up,
EXP 2000.
So Jay, did you get that?
That's the giveaway.
Why not?
Hashtag EXP 2000.
I just had flashback to Y2K.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like we're at 1999.
Yeah,
everything was something 2000 back then, wasn't it?
John Spilios, fingers crossed, buddy.
Fingers crossed, man. Good luck, bud.
All right, that's right. Hashtag EXP 2000. That'll work.
John, if you want a job at a comic shop, just move to Alabama, bro. I got you.
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I was like, oh, God, no. Thank you for the
The
offer.
two of you guys together, dude, nothing would get done. You'd have a heck of a time, but nothing would get done, man. I already see that now. Throw a little traps in there. Okay, 0. Okay, you guys will be out of gas in that bus trying to roll somewhere. Okay? Even the dog will be like, man, I can't hang with you people. Okay, Sam the dog will be like, I can't hang with you people. You're all too irresponsible. All right. So next up, we got Herc number 2, signed by Greg Pak. I love this cover. Give Jay a second
There we go.
there. There we go. With the Hobgoblin in there.
Yeah.
And we have this one, number 6 of only 25 signed for $19.62.
Hercules is one of like my low-key sort of favorite things about
I liked him
Marvel.
growing up because it would always be
the
him and
Bob
Thor
Layton
and then
stuff, and he kind of did this whole storyline. It was like 3 or 4 different books where he's out in space. It's just great stuff. It's really great. And then they kind of brought it back to Earth because at one point they were like so far in the future or whatever. Really good stuff. But this is one of these characters I wish they would do more with. But I guess they just,
there was a period that they were doing a lot with it. And I remember there was a story arc where Thor and Hercules go back to the Trojan War or something like that. Yeah. I remember that one. That one stuck in my mind for some reason. All right. So you know what? We're going to take our next break.
Oh, it is.
And it is. I know. Time passes when it's the 3 of us, John. All right. And we'll be back in a couple minutes.
We'll be right back.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise. A promise of adventure. A promise of excitement. A promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find the link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
You're watching The Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hey, we're back.
We are back.
Jay. Yeah, sorry about that. Jay tries to time it because we go out, get water, and then go, the bathroom, whatever. All right, so here we go. All right, so finish out the signed books. Next up, we got Hack Slash, number 25, the Chris Giaruzzo variant, signed by Tim Seeley. Suggested retail of $49.99. Is number 6 of only 20 signed, and we got it tonight for $10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it doesn't get any cheaper than that.
This is one of those books that I've always intended to get into and never really dived in. But, being such a horror fan, they say that this book was made pretty much for me. So that sounds cool. I like this variant.
All right, Lost Man, you got it, bud.
I think that's maybe like the best, recommendation I can give that book. Because a lot of stuff says it's horror, and well, it isn't. But I would say if you're a horror fan, this is a read for you.
All right. Next up, we have Mars Attacks, Red Sonja, number 1. John Layman, signed, Atlas edition. Suggested retail of $49.99, and we've got the one for $19.73.
I don't think I have the Atlas edition signed.
It's too bad. That's a shame.
Well, I have to do
it's available right now, John, for $19.73.
Yeah, sure, okay.
This is I loved this book. I love everything Mars Attacks. I love this book. The great cover. This is Perio. It's fantastic. Nice collars too. On the Mars.
All right, nice collars. All right, then we have the Shadow, number 1, signed in silver by Garth Ennis. It's only number 21 of only 25 signed, and suggested retail of $69.99, and we've got the one available for $29.99.
And that means that brings us to the portion of the show where I encourage everybody, including to John Cole, to come and meet me at Memphis Comic Expo in September to meet Garth Ennis and see if we can get him to go have some barbecue with us or some soul food.
And check out Robbie's hair in real time to see if he is deserving of the award itself.
Exactly. I typically get my hair done right before I go to a con, so it'll be fresh.
Things you can just tell from pictures, you just know. I'll tell you what I like about this cover, though, is I've got a lot of shadow. There aren't a ton of shadow covers where the shadow's face is that clearly...
It's weird.
Is that clearly obvious. There's just not a lot of that stuff.
That's right, weird. Caution, you might get sniffed.
It's a guarantee you're going to get sniffed. So there you go.
Hey, you know what? I'm fine with that. I'll bring aftershave. We're good. I don't.
Yeah, but then Robbie will ask you, "What kind of aftershave is that?"
That's fine. I don't see stuff like that. Doesn't bother me at all.
I can see the center of the con floor, people sniffing each other like dogs.
I just feel like if I get near Rex, I'm going to be like, Stetson, huh?
That's Avon race car, isn't it, my friend?
Old Spice, man, Old Spice.
I say this all the time.
Bring fart spray.
Hey, man, I'll tell you right now, I've always said this. If I was like a young guy that was wanting to go back out and make money, I would start having like aftershave and cologne sales like on day 3 of the con. Day 1, we're fine. Day 3 of the con, nobody goes broke doing breath mints, toothpaste, soap. Just take this stuff and go, please.
Lars, man, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. That's I will have to find out from you, buddy. TJ, what's up, man? All right, last signed book, Deja Thoris, number 1, Atlas Signature Edition, signed by Amy Chu, and suggested retail of $29.99, and we have the one available for $19.12. And I'm gonna leave it to OUG to guess that one.
Amy's a real Amy Chu is like an absolute sweetheart when you see her at cons, especially if she's
that's a name drop, by the way.
If she if she's on the floor or whatever, she's always super nice about she'll always have like a little anecdote or whatever.
Right.
And what impresses me is if you see a lot of these creators on day 1, it's great. When you find someone on the last day of the con and they're still perky, that tells me a lot, because after 96 hours of signing and panels and running around, and let's be honest, nobody's really eating the best food for the most part, or
Third rail, yes. Everything that you see here that's signed will come with a certificate of authenticity from Dynamic Forces, unconditionally guaranteeing the authenticity of the signature. All right. Triple B. There you go. Oh, so he is encouraging John to name drop some more. Clearly. All right. So should we get to the rest of the Batman books?
Oh, is this he doesn't have the images?
No.
I don't like Batman that much, so I don't care. Do you have a character I like? Do you want to do Green Lantern books for DC?
That's not on my list, John.
Let me see the list.
You may not like Batman, John, but you do love the mole, I'm sure. So
You know what? I was in the car and I'm like, oh man, I'm running late. So I turned the show on. And the first thing I hear about is I hear Robbie's voice come through my phone say, whatever happened to the mole? Why didn't he make it big? I'm like, exactly. And I know people at the red light are like, who is he talking
All right,
to?
OUG. If I can get John to do it, though, I'm doing my best.
What are we doing? Shoot out a number, I guess? Or?
All right. And you know what? Hold that thought. Let's do a Rex cap real quick. All right. So, and weird. All right. Here we go. Here, I'm going to start with the sign books. Go through that real quick. And then we won't show them again, but I'll mention the Batmans that we have done so far. All right. All right. So first up, we got New X-Men Academy #1, signed by Randy Green. And we've got that for $19.63. Then we have Herc #2, signed by Greg Pak. #6 of only 25 signed. All of these come with a COA. And we've got this one for $19.62. Then we have Mars Attacks, Red Sonja #1, John Layman, signed Atlas Edition. Suggested retail of $49.99. We have the one for $19.73. Then we had The Shadow #1, signed in silver by Garth Ennis. Suggested retail of $69.99. And we have the one number 21 of only 25 signed in silver for $29.99. Then we have Deja Thoris #1, Atlas Signature Edition, signed by Amy Chu. And suggested retail of $29.99, and we have that one for $19.12. Then we had Star Trek Green Lantern, The Spectrum War with Green Lantern cover sketch by Paul Maitland.
This is really nice.
It is. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have the one available for $89.99. Then we had New Avengers #1, signed with cover sketch by Black Suit Spidey by Lance Footer and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $119.99, and we have the one available for $62.19. All right, we're going to Rex cap the Batmans. If you want us to stop and show you one, let us know, and we will pull that one out. All right, so we started with Batman #335, newsstand edition, and we have it for $8. Then we had Batman #339 newsstand edition, and we have that one for $10. These are all high grades, between an 8.5 and a 9.2. All right, then we have Batman #340 newsstand edition, and we have that one for $5. Then we had Batman #344 newsstand edition, and we have that one for $8.
Hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
Where did I just sit? Third rail. I don't know what you mean by Grandpa Logan. I don't see a book up here. That's Old Man Logan. If I'm missing it, I'm sorry.
Maybe he's talking about you.
Oh, where is that?
Show us the claws, John.
No, I was making sure I wasn't missing it, but it's the top half is Batman for the most part,
Yeah.
and then okay. All right, no, that's fine. I just didn't want somebody looking for a book that
it's the mutton chops, dude. Confuses people.
Yeah.
All right, Batman #345 newsstand edition, first Dr. Death, and we have that one for $10. Then we have Batman #349 newsstand edition, and we have that one for $5. Reminder: these are all between an 8.5 and a 9.2, so they are high grade. All right, then we have Batman #355 newsstand edition, and we have that one for $10. Then we have Batman #359 newsstand edition, original origin of Killer Croc, and we have that for $30. Then we had Batman #363 first Nocturna, and we have that one for $7. Then we have Batman #364, and we have that one for $7. Then we had Batman #365, and we've got that one for $5.
Wait,
And, yes.
can I see that one? Which one do you
Oh,
want
you
to see?
do. Which one? Which one did you want to say? Tell us the issue number there, OG.
Maybe 364.
I'm not sure. 364, 365, or 363. Original Killer Croc. Okay, so that is 359. Give Grandpa Logan a minute.
Yeah, right.
How are the colors on Nocturna? Not sure, Preston. We'll take a look in a second.
It's the one with Killer Croc on it, John. Come on.
I know. That's I'm wondering why can't I find.
Is it up at the top?
Oh, you know what?
Second one over, maybe.
Battle to the Mall.
359.
Killer Croc.
Is it 359?
344. Did somebody buy it?
No, I don't think so. No.
Did he move it somewhere?
I was gonna see. Did it come back in the box?
What is it? 359 might be.
No, this is like 370. 369.
While they're looking for that, I just want everybody to know that last night I went on a paranormal investigation in a alleged haunted house.
Like you actually.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I
You
participated. There we go.
All right, there you go, OUG.
I'm trying to move it so she can sort of. The glare is sort of a pain.
That's a cool cover. All the other Batman's rogues kind of almost welcoming Killer Croc.
Yeah, I
fold,
really
right?
like that cover. That's kind of neat.
So, all right. So tell us. So what happened? You see any ghosts? What?
I may have seen something. I saw what I thought was like a shadow move across. What?
Wait, what'd you see? No, I was saying hi to CJ.
Oh,
wait. So what'd you see?
Well, I was in a bedroom doing an EVP session by myself, and I thought I saw like a shadow thing move, but it could have been my eyes adjusting to the darkness. I don't know. The atmosphere though was like, and I knew that like I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I love like paranormal shows and ghost hunting shows. So I wanted to do this. And so I did see some kind of shadowy thing. We had some crazy responses from the spirit box, like actual conversations that were happening. It was really weird. There was some things that were weird. And the dude who ran the investigation, he's still going through all the footage and all the audio stuff. And he's going to piece out what he can out of it. And then we'll have some findings on his website to show off. The best part of it, though, was that a neighbor called the cops. So the cops showed up in the middle of our ghost hunt, and we had to deal with that.
And Robbie's got an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back. How dothis explain that?
Well, I mean, it was a whole ordeal. It was a whole ordeal. But yeah, they called the cops on us because the lady this house was built in 94. There have been 3 people that died in this house, and the last woman who lived in there, her husband died in the house, so she left to go to assisted living. It's still her house, so it's being renovated for to be resold, right? And the contractor called his buddy who runs this paranormal investigation company that knows me because his workers kept seeing and hearing things and would refuse to go back to work. So we were supposed to go in there and make sure that everything was cool. And we had some spooky instances, especially when the cops show up.
Was it part of the TV show?
Was it what?
Was it part of the TV show?
No, it's not. There's not like a TV show or nothing. So we're serious about it, John. No, we had a lot of fun. I did get genuinely creeped out though a couple times. I'll be talking about it Sunday night on Rockin' Robbie Live.
This is Batman 363 introducing Nocturna.
All right. So let us know, Preston. So my one and only paranormal experience. I don't say whether I believe or don't believe, right? Whenever my daughter was young and she asked me, aren't you afraid of ghosts? My answer was always the same. I'm afraid of the living more than I am of the dead. Okay. The living are murdering each other every single day of the week. All right. Nobody is confirmed yet. Not really. All right. You got it, Preston.
I've got no problems living next to the graveyard. Living in a crowded neighborhood.
Nobody's ever. There have been lots of stories and hauntings and whatever else, but Amityville horror. But nobody's actually really confirmed that the undead or the dead have killed the living. Okay, but the living kill the living all day long,
Well,
every
it's
day.
The living can't tell you they were killed by ghosts, so you just assume they fell downstairs or something.
But I will tell you, I lived in an apartment with my ex, my daughter's mom, and so when we first started dating, and I lived in an apartment complex where they were transitioning, right, to people my age then, and older people used to occupy the place. Cooper River Apartments. Okay. So a lot of people have died in both buildings. There were 2 towers. And she was all into that kind of paranormal stuff. And I really wasn't, right? Like I tell you, that one night was really kind of weird. So we're just sitting around and we're sitting on the floor, and she says, she's talking to me about it, and I'm trying to appear like I'm interested because we were still dating at the time. And I said,
once you were married, I never pretended to be
no, honey, I really don't like Frank Sinatra that much. I'm just saying. All right. So we're sitting there, and she says she senses something, right? And I had an old cat, one that lived until she was 21. This cat was old. So back then she was
like a
still
Green
older.
Mile cat.
Yeah, I'm serious, dude. This cat, you want to talk about longevity? And she was sitting in my lap, right? My ex-wife's talking about this, and I swear to God, from a dead sleep, the cat jumped up off my lap, landed on the carpet next to me, like back haunch, tail fluffed, standing like a Halloween cat. I gotta admit,
That's when a ghost is blowing through the house. I think
something weird was going on. I mean, and that's probably closest I ever said, okay, that's weird, because the cat reacted, and the cat didn't react to nothing. Cat had been already through one divorce with me, moved to New Jersey. I mean, the cat did nothing could face this cat.
Abandoned one child, rescued squirrels with another.
This cat could not get phased. Okay, introduced a dog. Cat's like, yeah, whatever. SWAT. Okay, you know your place, dog. Okay.
My experience with the paranormal is very different. My experience with the paranormal is commercial. I used to post up in a food cart about a block from Eastern State Penitentiary. And everybody going into this thing were like, man, I could really use hot chocolate. And on the way out, people were petrified. And one of the tour guides came out, and I kind of knew her from the event scene in like the Philly and Pennsylvania area. I know her a little bit. Her name was Katrina. And she said to me, do you guys want to post up here every week? You can move a little bit closer. For people in like the paranormal clique, Eastern State Penitentiary is pretty well known. There's a lot of folks that go there doing their ghost hunts. They're doing shows, they're doing podcasts, whatever. And this girl, she shows up and she's like, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like, sure. So she actually had her crew, because she's had a couple different shows or whatever. She had her show move their truck so I could slide that cart down. And she's like, well, what do you have? And I said, well, we have donuts, we have hot chocolate, we have coffee. She's like, oh my God, you're a genius. And I'm like, no, I just took over from the other guy. I didn't come up with this idea. And then probably, I don't know, 3 years later, my wife and her sister are watching this. And they're like, oh my God, this is great. Blah, blah, blah. And I look and I was like, I know that girl. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I know that girl. Her name is Katrina. They're like, yes, we know it's Katrina. It's Katrina Weidman. And I'm like, I didn't realize that I didn't realize she's a huge player in this sort of paranormal entertainment community. She's been on a bunch of shows with Jack Osborne, and she's the person on record that's investigated Eastern State the most. And I just thought she was like a very cool event organizer who threw me a solid because she liked hot chocolate donuts. So I was like, this is great. And people were like, no.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I actually met Katrina a whole bunch of times. I went on a few. At first, I went just to go.
Does this count as a name drop, by the way?
Apparently, according to OUG, it definitely is.
To me, she's just Katrina, the event organizer. But apparently, she's a show producer. She does all these shows. I was on one of her mailing things, and I watched a thing she did called Travel the Dead. She's been to Holmesburg. She's been to a bunch of these.
I used to watch Paranormal State. She's on. Who is she on? Oh man, I bet I know who you're talking about, John.
Just, she's a super nice, Penn State local girl. She's been to a bunch of the breweries.
You know her? She's awesome.
Yeah, she's super great. It turned
out that Robbie's impressed, man.
Dude, can you how's she doing? Yeah, you should have seen anybody.
Now,
Robbie would like to take a sniff.
Robbie, my friend Robbie wants. She's
Dude,
married. as
Robbie
far as
would
I
like
know.
to take a sniff there. Oh
She
man.
took some time
Oh,
off
no.
to have, she's married. She took some time off. She's now a spokesmodel for a locally made, I think it's vodka or tequila in Philly. Since the pandemic, I'm sort of disconnected from the event scene a little bit because I retired. But everybody sort of knows everybody in that group because if you're going to do something, I don't care if it's a comic convention, horror convention, as soon as you get a crowd of people together, one of the first things you need, other than bathrooms and cops, are food and bev. Unless you're actually in a bar. Yeah, she's been recording some music. She wants to record a song upstairs at McGillen's Brew Pub,
Yeah,
which
I
is
know
like
McGillen's.
McGillen's like my favorite place in Philadelphia. She's a regular there, way more than I am. Upstairs supposedly is haunted. She's going to do a Travel the Dead thing up there later in the year. I'm really good friends with the manager of McGillen's, so for a long time, I used to just kind of walk in, get a bunch of sandwiches from them, and go down the street and sell them.
I've only, Preston, a lot of things made in Philly don't sound right, bro.
Tequila,
Eugene, real quick. I didn't know that she did the show with Nick Groff. I've met Nick Groff. Super cool dude, by the way, Carrie. I think you'd appreciate that. Like, I've met Nick Groff. He was awesome. So
I've only had that happen to me.
He was at a horror con I went to in Pittsburgh a few years ago. Nick, and he was showing clips of some of his newer stuff.
I only had
him and his wife. They were super awesome. I'm a huge fan of like Ghost Adventures, which he helped start with Zach and them. So,
yeah,
man, that's awesome.
My daughter and I were at Universal in Florida.
Okay.
And we're going that big entryway with the escalators and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden she goes, "Oh my God, Dad. Oh my God." I said, "What?" She goes, "You know who that is?" And I'm looking over and I'm like, "No." And apparently her name's Lindsay Buckingham or something like that. She's like,
he's a Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, he's like from Fleetwood Mac.
No, not that one. It's oh my God, I can't remember. I don't even know what the girl's name is. My daughter
Lindsay Buckingham.
No, it's obviously not
with
Lindsay
the perm
Buckingham.
or with the shorter hair.
Obviously, that's why that name popped up. It was something. Now I'm gonna have to like text my daughter and ask her who she met. It was a big thing, and I'm like, who the hell is this? And that's when I realized the world had changed. It wasn't. You didn't get to be a star anymore by being on TV. It was podcasts and things like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now though. Anyone who wonders about some of these horror cons or these paranormal things or whatever. One of the biggest events I've ever done, worked, not attended as a fan, is a horror con up in North Jersey. And I'll tell you right now, it was as big as pretty much any Comic Con I've ever been to, except for San Diego. I mean, there were literally thousands of people there. We had the hearse set up. Dead Sled Coffee was being sold like crazy. And pretty much anyone who's anyone in that community of paranormal, ghost hunting, there's a story about like I was possessed. There's a host for that. They all show up, and I have to tell you right now, those people come out and represent. All the T-shirts get sold, and then thankfully they all work up an appetite. So I can be here instead of at a job.
All right, so let's get through the Batman books. All right, so where do we stop? Batman 365 for $5. All right,
Saw 10. I really don't know what to think about. I hate to say it, but horror has a thing, and it's been there for 40, 50 years. They make sequels of sequels of sequels, and for the most part, it works. Is it great cinema? No. Is it Oppenheimer? No. But people will go and see it. There's a part of a segment of society that I love to watch someone go in a house that they shouldn't have went into, and they know something bad's going to happen. Whether it's Jigsaw gets them or whoever gets them.
Right.
The new Exorcist movie, I've seen the previews for it. Ellen Burstyn is in it, so I'm predisposed to like it, but I don't know how good it's going to be.
I hate this going back and trying to. We talked about this on Friday. Going back and trying to just reboot something like.
Yeah.
There's no material. Make a brand new horror film.
I'm excited for Saw X because I like the Saw films for the most part, right? At least the first 5, but like. I am not excited for The Exorcist because David Gordon Green's doing it, who did those last 3 Halloween movies, which I absolutely detest.
All right.
Yeah.
That I did
It's
not
after a
realize.
certain point. You just got to start somewhere fresh.
Well, see,
There's constant going back and remaking. I think it's
I understand why they do it though. How many Friday the 13th movies have they made?
Yeah, but
Only 12.
I think you.
So they need
jumped
one
the
more
shark.
at least.
They do
You
need one
jump
more.
the shark, man. It's like move on.
Yeah, I don't even know. See, people say that they jumped the shark, and I'm not even going to argue with you. I'm just going to say with horror movies, like slasher films in particular, I don't know if there's a water with shark in it. I really don't. It just seems to me that if you make a movie where some snarky person is going to get killed, people will pay you $15 to say it.
You know, I'm just looking for something like Silver Bullet, Stephen King's Silver Bullet. You know, something new, something imaginative, not just rehashing an old franchise. You know, but all right, let me get through the Batman recap. All right, so then we had Batman number 366 versus Jason Todd in Robin costume, and we got that one for 25. And remind everybody these are high grade,
Eddie,
8.5.
Same. Jason 10 was terrible, and every time it pops up on Shudder or something or whatever, I just leave it on.
I love Jason X. Love it.
8.5 to a 9.2. All right, then we have Batman number 367 newsstand edition, and we have that one for $12. And then we had Batman number 369 newsstand edition, and we had that one for $6. All right, and then we had Batman number 370, and we have that one for $5. Then Batman 371, we have that one for $8. Then Batman number 373, introduction of Scarecrow's skull-shaped audio fear-inducing device, and we've got that one for $10. Then we had Batman number 380.
Hold on. You want to see Jason Todd?
Yeah.
What number's that?
The Jason Todd one is 366.
While John is looking for that, I see you, OUG, out there telling me to rewatch Halloween Ends, that it's beautiful, it's a great movie. My response, ugh.
It's probably beautiful or something.
So what are you really saying, Robbie? I didn't get that. It's too subtle. No, I got to see chunks flying, bro.
I'm like that cat that's smelling the salt and vinegar chip, if you've ever seen that video.
I love salt and vinegar chips.
All right, so
everyone
let
does
us know,
that.
UG, if you're interested there. All right, then we have...
If you need to see it again, too, just let me know.
Yeah, just let us know, UG. All right, then we had Batman number 389 for $5. Batman number 390 for $8. Batman number 391 for $7. Batman 393, and we had those for $5. And then we had Batman number 394 for $8. Then we had Batman number 398 for $5. Then Batman number 399 for $5. And then finally, Batman number 400, second Magpie appearance. And we have that for $10.
If you are a comic book fan and you don't own Batman 400, you must own that book. Trust me.
Or
I'm not a Batman
or
fan.
hate,
I have
or
a copy
hate
of that
Batman
book.
like John. Then you
No,
won't.
I have a copy of that book. I have a bunch of Batman stuff because there are certain creators I just really love their work. I love their writing. I love their story. It wasn't until the more modern era that Batman became so unpalatable to me. This idea on the internet that with enough prep time he could defeat Galactus with the stuff in his utility belt. Come on, man. Give me a break.
All right, so we're going to take our last and final break, and when we get back, we'll try to get through as many of the Batman books as we can with my buddy John at playing the role of Vanna White.
What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Go follow The Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
And
We are back. I know
God,
he's back.
with this.
I'll tell you,
He's
I'll
just
answer a
messing with me
question-
because Comcast.
I'll answer a question real quick that you talked about, like new horror,
Uh-huh.
like coming up with new horror. I'll tell you what I think is an untapped reservoir for new horror, and that's the shared universe idea. Hulu tried it with Castle Rock, and they had a good idea, but they stumbled out of the gates, and the execution, especially in season 2, wasn't there, and it didn't work out. The BBC did something called Dickensian, which was essentially a world set in all the Charles Dickens stuff.
Lars, man, I did get your claim. You wanted all 3 of them. So I got you down, buddy, for Batman number 400. You got it, buddy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And no, it's okay. And I think that's really how you sort of where you keep, and I understand they've done horror before, Jason versus Freddy or whatever, but I think a shared universe is absolutely where you kind of keep the older horror fans coming back and the new horror fans, they're just experiencing the genre, and they kind of want to see the whole. Yeah, and he just said it. Freddy and Jason is almost like a multiverse type idea. This idea of the shared universe where, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you a person, and this is going to be an upcoming Dynamite comic. It's been a Dynamite comic before. Alice Cooper has talked about that. Alice Cooper has talked about, and Rob Zombie's talked about it too, right, doing some sort of shared horror universe, because you have the Universal monsters. They kind of did the Godzilla, King Kong thing. They're putting it together. Little by little, they're sort of finding their way. And I really think that's sort of, what they're going to have to do. But the IPs are a little bit more problematic than, you can get like Warner Brothers do a bunch of stuff, right? Like we talked about it. We could do Barbie and Harley Quinn because that's internal memos from Warner Brothers, right?
By the way, we have officially greenlit Barbie 2, which is no surprise to anybody.
Yeah.
And Barbie and Oppenheimer beat Haunted Mansion this week, which was the new movie, the new big movie. They beat that movie again. They are killing it at the box office.
I will say this about Haunted Mansion. I went to see it with friends, and Haunted Mansion is a fun thing to watch. It's a bunch of older Disney folks in their 40s and 50s. We went to happy hour. We had a couple drinks. We went to see Haunted Mansion.
Can I ask a question?
It was a blast.
But can I ask a question?
Sure.
So I feel like the timing, the release of that movie was wrong. Why would, at this point, everything has been delayed so long?
That should have been an October movie.
Yeah, I mean, Halloween, dude. I mean, it seems so blatantly obvious.
They're doing some weird stuff with scheduling lately. Like Saw X got pushed up a month, so instead of releasing right at Halloween, it's releasing a month before Halloween, which I think is fine because it'll probably be out of the theaters by Halloween. But like they just announced that Craven's been delayed till next year. I don't know if y'all heard that yet.
I don't really understand that. When I saw that Haunted Mansion was getting released and dead, with the competition in the summer, and I'm thinking, you're right around the corner from Halloween. Why not just wait?
And I'll tell you right now, if you're a hardcore horror fan, I think Haunted Mansion knows that isn't it, right? But if you are a Disney fan, if you're what I call a casual or lighthearted horror fan, if you're like me, a classic horror fan, Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, that level of horror, Haunted Mansion is a fun watch. It's not great cinema, it's not Oppenheimer or anything like that. Like I said, it's just fun to go watch.
Right.
It's got a great cast. So I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out.
There's very little, and I know people are saying, oh, it must be terrible because they got crushed by Barbenheimer. I think
Can I ask you a question, John? Is it better than the Eddie Murphy one?
Oh, yeah. The Eddie Murphy one.
The Eddie Murphy one didn't make any sense.
They had the right idea. Get someone funny and famous, and let's float them on one of our attractions, right? Without Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, which I did not like, you don't get Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
Because that is the idea. Like, they didn't know if that idea would work. And that, as bad as Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy was, it proved that the idea could work.
Right.
And so they tweak it, and we get Pirates of the Caribbean, which has made Disney how many billions of dollars?
Other big news over the last couple of days. Spider-Verse 3 delayed indefinitely right now.
Yeah. Well, I think everything.
It's the strike, obviously.
The strike is delaying everything.
That's definitely throwing a wrench
and I
in the
think
works.
for sure you have Marvel kind of listening to people that are saying, oh, we're sick of superhero stuff. And you get a guy like Bob Iger that says, fine, we won't give you anything.
Dude, I just feel bad that Mahershala Ali is going to be like 70 by the time he makes this Blade movie. They announced that before COVID, y'all.
No such thing. He's a vampire. Right?
Yeah, unfortunately, but the actor isn't.
Yeah, I know.
At this point, the actor's probably looking at like young guys on the set going, oh, man.
At this point, you might as well recast Wesley Snipes if we're just going to keep waiting this long.
He
looks good.
I saw a picture of Wesley Snipes not long ago. You couldn't tell. I think the guy's in his 60s.
Yeah, he has an age.
He looks like he works out every day. He
looks good, man.
He looks good for his age.
So, all right. So let's get through a few more Batman books. All right. We're going to read them out if you want to see them.
We'll throw a few of these up here.
All right. Sounds good. Just throw them on the rack, buddy. All right. So starting with.
Well, hold on a second. We don't have to take stuff off the rack, right?
Just cover it up.
Okay.
We'll figure it out later.
Where are we starting?
401.
Oh, hold on. That's not even. Hold on a second.
Comic Collectables with the elderly.
Well, I'm just.
I want to address what Eddie's saying. Eddie's saying the strikes could be really bad. People were just starting to go back to theaters from COVID. Now we're going to have large spans with no movies. The problem is this. We're not going to have large spans with no movies. We're going to have large spans with bad movies. And that's the problem, I think.
I hate to say it, but I don't want this to be true. I've been talking to a few creators, and that's their concern. They're afraid. They're afraid that the industry has finally climbed back up on the wall. They took a shot. There were a ton of people like me, I'll freely admit it, that were willing to pay $50 or $60 a month to just have my movies dropped off.
CLRs, man.
Right? Like, I didn't care. I love Regal Unlimited, but I have a huge TV and a comfortable home. I'm fine with it.
Right.
But they finally managed to get where they wanted to go. And, and now there's this. And, let's be honest, these strike things, while I very much I'm supportive of creators all the time, they got a real uphill climb.
Yeah,
that's a Trevor Von Eden issue right there. Y'all need to snatch this up right now. That's a good
Batman
price.
number 401, and we've got this one for $6. Looks like we have. Let me see, two of them,
maybe three of them.
Three of them.
Oh, gee, I saw that, and I actually thought that was a tiny pinpoint of light in a dark situation. Apparently, A24 they agreed to terms, so we're going to keep getting those movies. And I can't think of an A24 movie I've seen I didn't like.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't heard that yet. That's really cool, actually.
It looks like there's three of them in here, buddy.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
There are three. All right. Next up, we got number 402. And remember, these are all 8.5 to 9.2s. So they are high grade. So we got Batman number 402. We got this one for $8.
That's a cool cover.
And it's a really cool cover.
So I saw that Michael B. Jordan is involved in comics now with Boom. I think.
He did the Creed book. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on the Today Show.
So
which is my normal morning go-to.
And he's talking about comics because he can't talk about the movies because of the strike. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
So
like
he's up
that's
there
what Todd
too.
McFarlane's
Yeah,
on Wired.
About comics. Hey, that's good for the industry, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I look at that all as a positive. But yeah, the strike is, I don't know, it's a shame. It's a shame.
This happens every so often, right? You get to a push-pull
Louie,
point.
what's up, bud?
You get
I'm going to watch both of those movies, bro. Just so you know, Louie.
All right, so you got 403 there?
403.
All right, 403.
Collins.
And we got this one for $5. These are price sell. These are all high grade. On his,
this isn't like the beginning of Asriel or something, is it?
So Edward wants to know, can John get a partial refund on his membership card if he only gets to go to a couple of thousand showings because of the strikes?
The truth of the matter is,
I don't know. I think John's going to go home and read the fine print now.
I'm happy to keep paying my monthly subscription, even if I only go to 5 or 6 movies a month, because it still works out for me. And the last thing I want to do is part of the reason I joined was, I'm still trying to support the theater industry. The truth of the matter is, I love going to the movies. I love the experience. If they can't make any money doing it, just Disney Plus me my content and I'll pay for it.
I think what's the problem is that I read that the with the actors strike, we know all the Tom Cruises, the big stars and all that, but the average salary or the average yearly earnings for a typical actor is like $21,000, dude.
Yeah.
Those are the people that really need this. Okay. And I'm sorry, I don't believe a studio head needs to be compensated $100 million in a year.
Well, I don't know, Rex. Maybe them little actors that are making $21,000 a year should pull themselves up from their bootstraps and do better, right? That's maybe.
Yeah, I know, dude. The irony of life, right? But some studio head gets to make $100 million in a year because he deserves it.
Yeah,
he worked so hard.
I think they need to work it out because they ain't gonna be having them big bonus checks if they ain't got no movies.
Yeah, you got that right.
This is a typical labor strike, right? Who blinks first? Nobody wants to blink. Everybody, eventually cooler heads prevail. Hopefully.
Here's one cool thing. You know what still is being funded and filmed? Independent film, independent cinema. Matthew McConaughey and Kurt Russell are in my state like this summer making a movie because it's an independent film and it's not using SAG stuff. So I'm not saying I want people to go against the guild and the unions or whatnot. I'm just saying that like at least like with A24 striking that deal, there's a chance for some of these smaller production companies to kind of rise a little bit.
And I think you'll wind up, if this lasts long enough, eventually you'll see crowdfunding stuff. I mean, there's a ton. I mean, they raise millions of dollars every day for projects.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, a year goes by and people don't start seeing new content. I guarantee you some production company will go out there and say, hey, look, we want to make whatever. And it'll have a fan base and they'll reach out and they're going to start crowdfunding movies. They won't be as large, elaborate. It won't be, it won't be Barbie where every shot is opticals and all this other stuff. They'll get their stories out there one way or another.
All right. So next up, we got Batman number 409, Jason Todd Origin. And we got this one for $5. Oh, you got another vote. Low hit voted for you, buddy.
Well, these are nominations. And once I get nominated, then y'all got to come out and vote. And it's way easier to do that.
Oh my God.
Click a button.
2 steps?
This is the nomination process, bro.
Man, this is a lot of work, bro.
I'm retired. I don't do anything.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
Robbie,
I'm doing most of the work right here,
much,
Rex. I'm doing most of the work every morning. Every morning, and at least once every 2 hours, I have to double check it. So
he's got hair people upset right now. Like they ring out a comic collector. He comes in
every break. They're coming in, touching up his pancake makeup,
stepping in.
If I had a makeup artist to get rid of this shine right here,
Mr. Robbie, would you like another cold drink, sir? All right, we got Batman 410, Two-Face Origin, and we got this one for $5.
That's a great book too. Is this the Max Allan Collins stuff? Will you look at the name on there? It is.
This one we just finished that. Yeah, this was Max Allan Collins.
Okay, cool.
Road
to Perdition, great book,
man. All right. Okay, then next up,
this is the part in the Batman run where he transitions from what people thought of as Batman.
409 OUG is $5. Correct.
It's $5. Do you want me to show it to you again? OUG, do you want to see it again? I turned around and said it to the TV like she's standing right next to me. That's funny.
Old man problems.
No, I did.
All
I actually said it was like that.
Yeah, low hit. I gave up after 2. Too many questions. I just want to vote for Robbie with the good hair and be done with it. Come on, man.
Preston, I'm always down to be a spokesperson, but I couldn't be a spokesperson for the Hair Club for Men because this is all natural.
Oh, there. Yo, Preston, really, dude? You walked right into that one, bro. Come on, man. Don't encourage this type of behavior. All right. Next up, we got Batman number 411. It's $5. Can't get no cheaper than that. All right.
My favorite part of this bit is John figuring out where the camera is.
Yeah, I should go out of order.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to do this because this isn't ideal. We'll have to figure this.
Yeah. We'll do more scanning. All right, cool. All right, so you know what, John? We'll finish the page, and then we'll probably have to go to the drawing soon. We only got about 10 minutes. All right.
We got to go to the drawing. Plus, we have to Robbie tell us about PCP movie night and the Predator.
All right. Oh man, they last week they had an Itmon one, and I missed it, man. I love that series of movies.
You can watch it on the replay, Rex. Just so you know, you just pretend that we're live. That's what you do.
But I can't participate, and that's the fun part.
That's
What'd
true.
you hold up? 412?
412.
412 first mime, and we had that one for $6. So no, man, I even watched the Mike Tyson one, which was bad, but still, it was part of the series. It was bad.
It was bad, but I watched it.
Mike, give up the acting, bro. You're not an actor. It's not working.
Mike Tyson is best when he appears as Mike Tyson.
What's that?
Mike Tyson is best in movies when he's Mike Tyson.
Yes, correct.
People
and he was
love
sort of Mike Tyson, but the problem was you couldn't figure out. So why was Mike Tyson in China during that period of time? Yeah, it didn't work.
I kind of want to see Mike Tyson in like a Vegas
replay
with a tiger.
Hey, Phil. They jumped the shark with that.
If they want to put Mike Tyson in a movie and actually have it make sense, they need to do the Mike Tyson's Punch Out movie as part of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
That would be great. Okay, I think he could have been good in Creed somewhere, right? As an opponent.
You see OUG's question?
Okay, so
do you need to get Alex? Right. Does she need to email Alex with us?
Oh, OUG, you can't be asking serious questions on this show, man. I mean, come on, you it's like you just met us, man. Come on, OUG, you know better than that.
God, that's too funny.
Travis,
Oh
okay.
no, it's not. So, just a
Hey, Bueller, how'd your lunch with Josh go? I'm curious.
That's too funny. That you want me to see if Alex can come in here real quick and answer this?
No. I think we're good. Okay, OUG, it is going to be somewhere. And OUG, you have submission form. You have my email. You can always email when you're in a position. I don't know if they're going to be around, but it's a pretty big collection that we have. So we're trying to get through everything. So, just let me know. Okay. Triple B. What?
Bueller's answer. I canceled. He canceled lunch with Joshua Williamson, is what he's saying. That's hilarious.
He did not.
He so didn't. No, you didn't, Travis. Liar, plants for hire. Okay. All right. That's why I like Sam the dog better. I can't help it. All right.
Did you see OUG's question up there, by the way, since you're in here? Alex is showing this.
So
I didn't know if you saw the question.
So the books that are still available after the show are still available. You can actually request the list of the current inventory if you wish, and I can send it to you. I do have, as I process this collection, I'm turning the unprocessed into processed inventory. Of course, we can't show it all, but all the books here that are available are inventoried. So anything that you do want to see, you can request the list, and I'll happily provide it for you. But I do want to say, I want to shout out to everybody, because after this weekend, we've gained 200 new subscribers in one weekend. So we're very, very excited.
That's awesome.
And make sure everyone sticks around for next week's giveaways. There's going to be a ton of giveaways.
Do you want to show me something for the drawing?
Absolutely.
Alex, real quick, do you have any 423s possibly? You know everybody wants that one.
The Batman 423 is a first print, and it's really nice, so I'm pressing it, and it's going to CGC.
I thought he was going to say, so I'm keeping it.
So I'm keeping it.
And thank you to Bueller for kicking off 160 of them.
Yes. Thank you to Bueller for starting the 160 subscriber push. The Batman
62 Lefty Blues? He's alive?
The Batman 423 will be for sale once it's graded. You can
Nice.
bear with us, because we will have a ton of graded books. I mean, there are some books here that are 9/8.
That's right, TJ James.
All right, Lyle, let me know what you need, buddy. You have my email.
Yeah, we've
All
talked
right.
about this before. Email Rex, email Alex. It would, like if you don't see it on the show or whatever, just let us email us and let us know what you need.
All right, so Robbie, what do you got going on, man?
Tonight is the penultimate episode of Action Fest 2023. We're talking about Predator.
Very cool.
Predator, which is the most requested movie for our Action Fest. Predator. We're finally doing it.
Predator.
Get to the chopper.
They're even doing a good job with the comics. I mean, I was concerned when Marvel took over for Dark Horse that maybe we weren't going to get them, but I've been enjoying the Marvel run of Predator.
I want to see Jesse Ventura in these books, or else I'm going to cry.
All right, so hashtag, what was our hashtag again there?
It was
JD
2000.
All right, hashtag
Hashtag
EXP2000, last chance. Throw it up in the chat. You only need to enter it once because we're going to do the drawing in a couple minutes here. All right, so
I ain't got
first off,
time to
we're gonna,
bleed. Great line.
all right, so first off, we're going to do the Jay Lee Witchblade card. All right, anytime you're ready, Jay, spin that wheel, buddy.
Good luck, everybody.
I met Jay Lee finally this year. It was great. He was a cool dude.
Oh, Amy's a huge fan.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey.
62 Lefty Blues. That's funny. He just bombed in.
All right.
Nick was like, "You're alive." Not only is he
Got
alive,
it,
but he
buddy.
won. It's
All
a
right.
really nice card.
So then the next up, we've got the kick-ass cloth card. All right. So go ahead, Jay, when you're recharged there. Here we go. And Miguel.
Congratulations.
Congrats. It's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
Miguel, I'm pretty sure we have your info, but if not, do me a favor, please. Fill out the submission form so we can make sure that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But congratulations, Miguel. All right. So, hey, Jay, what do we have coming up tonight?
So we're going to take a little break, and then at
Somebody
well, it's 9 o'clock my time. I'm not too sure. I think it might be 10 o'clock y'all's. We're going to have the Devil's Advocates with Kyle and Bronze Age Nerd, and
Cool.
they're going to bust some more comic myths.
And Sarah Franzetta, if you didn't catch it, it was on the hour before us, right?
Yes.
The interview with Miss Jen. So you can probably catch that on Rewind if you missed it.
Oh, that's right. Fire and Ice #1 out this week, y'all.
That's correct. And then obviously, if you're watching our show on Rewind, if there's something you see that you're interested in, click the submission form. Let us know. Include your email. If we still have it, we will honor tonight's prices and we will email you back and tell you whether we have it or we don't. All right.
You can find Fire and Ice on streaming services. I didn't have time and patience to look for it, so I just bought it on Amazon. It's like $10. And you kind of know Ralph Bakshi, you know the story. You don't realize how good it is until you rewatch it. I literally hadn't watched Fire and Ice probably in 20 years. And I remember sitting there watching this. The very first day I found out there was going to be Fire and Ice here, I was like, okay. So I went home, I bought it, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Like, you kind of forget how good it is. So,
Yeah, if you want to get ready for it, it's free on Vudu, Pluto TV, Tubi, and if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, it's included there.
Yeah, there's ways you can see it. It's just very, very cool. It's that period of time where they were trying. They kind of tried a little too far, too fast, but it's a great watch. It's really a cool idea. I'm looking forward to seeing the reaction of people when it comes out this Wednesday.
All right. So we'll be back Wednesday from 7 to 8, the summer hours, with Comic Collectables here on the EXP. I'll be with Robbie on Friday at noontime with the topic of the day, whatever it ends up being. It's always very interesting.
Yes, Ronald. Dynamite's doing Fire and Ice. It was announced a while back. It actually hits on Wednesday.
And there's a beautiful Bill Sienkiewicz cover for it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I've seen some of the stuff for this. It's really, really, really cool. I would absolutely suggest, I'm not going to say it's like required, but I would absolutely suggest checking it out. Robbie was letting people know where they could find it on Tubi, Pluto. There's a bunch of different kind of services that have it.
Amazon Prime, which most of us have. So check it out.
And it's just a great watch. It's just a great watch.
I also want to thank the group. Just, it's so many names. We're always happy when we pick up new people, but the names that we normally see on every show are generally the same ones, and we appreciate your loyalty.
Yeah.
I like to think Two Old Men plus Robbie are entertaining, but I got to be honest. Maybe sometimes we're not so entertaining. I don't know.
I think we're entertaining.
Delightful. What are you talking about?
Okay, retired guy drinks too much beer.
We're
all right,
delightful.
but it should be able to mill skills. I will check with Amy to make sure it hasn't gone out yet. But if it hasn't, yeah, absolutely, we can do that.
So, Robbie's Killing Predator. We got shows tonight.
We're back Wednesday.
Everybody's homework for Wednesdays to
Yeah.
go watch Fire and Ice.
Friday. Miguel, if you wouldn't mind to fill out another form just to make sure that we have all the information, makes things go a little bit faster.
No, they can't, Eddie. Congratulations to everybody who won stuff tonight.
Yes. Also, Nick's original art show, that's Friday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern on the EXP. And always great original art, great stories behind it as well. And we got the whole group. Hey, Jay, what's up, man? What's up, dog?
Jay, thanks everybody for pushing buttons.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
And Eddie,
as always.
Eddie, the Predator review is at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. We will see everybody on Wednesday, and I will see
Thanks,
you, Robbie,
for joining
on
us
Friday.
as always.
And I have no idea when I see permanently retired guy. But I will tell you, if he gives you recommendations on restaurants to go to, no matter which town, take it. It's good advice.
I'm glad you enjoyed Myrtle Beach, man.
Dude, the German place, my daughter and I loved it. It was, and the guy with the accordion. Oh man, it was awesome.
I've had to be Ubered out of that German place many, many times. I'm like, I'm gonna drive down. I'm just gonna have a beer or two.
It was awesome. Dude.
5 boots of lager later,
felt like Sound of Music in there. Oh, it was awesome. It was a great place to have dinner.
It's a real cool vibe type in the off season. During the summer, it's like, shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, it was pretty
but
crowded.
When you get down there in like October, it's very cool.
Good eats, good time. Gotta tell you. All right, so thank you guys, and we will see you again next time. Peace.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.